If you're watching this video, then you may be considering buying a pond prowler or some mini style type boat, or even just a starter boat. I've had my boat for over a year now, and I'll share some of my insights on the pond prowler in hopes to help you decide. And just an FYI, I'm not affiliated with this company, so this is a completely honest review. So to begin, the most notable thing about this boat is the stability. I've never flipped in this boat, neither have I ever felt like falling out of the boat, despite dealing with some pretty big boats flying past me. In my experience, the pond prowler can easily handle 10 miles per hour wind up to 16 miles per hour. Ideally, you'll want conditions under 12 miles per hour wind, but as long as gusts don't exceed 25 miles per hour, I typically don't have problems. Secondly, this boat is priced at an affordable $630. It's just slightly more expensive than a lot of kayaks, but provides all the functions of a bigger boat. The pond prowler is also lightweight enough for me to drag and lift by myself in and out of my truck bed for solo trips, but also great for boarding a passenger comfortably. All of my passengers so far have complimented the stability and ease of transportation so far. I've also had my wife and kid on the boat before with no issues, but please note that the capacity limit is 2 people. Lastly, the pond prowler is amazing for fishing. It provides a great balance of stability and versatility. What I mean is, you can do any type of fishing on this boat. Whether it's trolling, bottom fishing, or standing, the pond prowler can go into super shallow waters of creeks and rivers, as well as decently sized lakes. It's also great for mods, and you'll find many people who have fully modded this type of boat with a casting platform, fishing electronics, outboard motors, and more. The pond prowler is also one of the better options for weight capacity at 515 pounds for the 8-foot version or 600 pounds for the 10-foot version. The only negatives that I can think of is that this boat may be considered slow since it's a pontoon style type boat. You'll also likely need a motor of some sort, whether it's trolling motor or outboard motor, because paddling on this boat is not efficient whatsoever. Lastly, it can be a bit crowded in the boat if you decide on bringing a lot of gear. I'm a small person, so I don't have that problem, but the legroom may be a bit narrow for bigger folks if you decide on bringing coolers or a few bags. And in case it helps, I personally bought the pond prowler for all of the points listed earlier, but the biggest reason was more niche. I was planning on purchasing LiveScope, which, if you don't know, LiveScope is basically just live sonar and allows you to digitally sight fish underwater, but it just costs a lot of money. So I absolutely needed something budget friendly that wouldn't sink or flip, which would prevent me from losing thousands of dollars worth of electronics from flipping. I've flipped so many times in my kayaks and lost a ton of gear before, so there's some trauma that fueled my decision. And the pond prowler had all the necessities as well as being the cheapest option out of all mini boats, aside from the sketchy inflatable boats. So, should you buy the pond prowler? Yes, you should if you need something budget friendly that is stable, portable, and great for recreational fishing. The pond prowler also serves as a great starter boat, especially before buying an actual real boat, since it sort of mimics the same amenities. I personally have really enjoyed this boat ever since I've gotten it and haven't looked back. I've also more than doubled the amount of fish I've ever caught with this boat, and the best thing is I'm able to share that experience with others, especially my elderly parents and wife and kids. Please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to help the channel. Thanks for watching.